Hello everybody, welcome to the Football Fill-In. New season has started with an absolute bang as well. Lads, how are we? Is it good to be back?
Fantastic. Monday morning, ready for action, my friend.
Love that.
Great to be back.
Yeah?
Great to be
Good
back.
weekend?
Yeah, I was watching Leamington Ladies yesterday. Ladies Women's Tour. Football. It was like a grassroots day for me yesterday.
Sports day for you yesterday. Yeah, what did you do at the weekend, Mike?
Wycombe, Plymouth for me Saturday.
Wycombe, Plymouth.
At least it weren't Plymouth Wycombe.
Correct, my friend. I wouldn't have been going to Plymouth.
I did very sporty stuff. Took a dog for a walk yesterday, played a bit of paddle with my son, cooked a nice little barbecue up, got on the bike, sun was shining, it was beautiful, mate.
Arsenal on Friday?
Arsenal on Friday night, went to watch the current Premier League champions, and they were incredibly impressive. Incredibly impressive. Should we start with them?
Yeah.
Went to the game, took my son and my brother. Very impressed. Very impressed.
I watched the game. Look, you can always think that Coventry go in there as a newly promoted team, but it's probably the best chance they'll ever have. First game of the season.
Yeah.
Lads have been away, World Cup. I said about the preparations for Arsenal. Having won it, can they go again? Probably a nice fixture for them in the end, but they played really well.
Do you think it's fair that a newly promoted team has to play against the current champions of the Premier League away at their stadium?
Is it fair?
I don't think it's fair. You've got Ipswich playing at home, yeah? You've got Hull playing at home. It gives them a little bit of a leg up.
Mate, tough luck. Are you serious?
No.
Hey, there's 38 games on, mate. Come on.
Right, if Cov were playing at home on Friday night against Arsenal, it's a completely different game.
Yeah, it is, but that's tough luck.
Yeah, but I don't think you should be penalising newly promoted teams.
That's the supercomputer. We are
Supercomputer,
only
my
mere mortals.
arsehole.
Mere mortals we are. The supercomputer has done its thing.
That's up there with the worst things you've ever
No,
done.
mate, I would have loved to have seen them. Everybody, let me know what you think as well. I'd have loved to have seen that at Coventry, at the CBS Arena, yeah? I just think everybody then goes, oh, do you know what, actually? This isn't a foregone conclusion. This might actually be a real game here. Because as it was just a walk in the park for Arsenal.
Yeah, no, look, the point you're making's true. I mean, I think if it's at Coventry, it is a different game. And first up, as champions, you'd be feeling it because the newly promoted teams do have an energy. Certainly that first home game, and it's revitalised. And obviously Coventry not being there for so long, they'll be looking forward to this weekend's fixture for sure. But look, every team's got to go away to Arsenal. Unfortunately, they got it on the Friday night.
Christos Solis, lads.
I was looking online and everyone's saying it's like the rebirth of Alexis Sanchez.
Alexis Sanchez.
Oh, people were going crazy for him.
He was incredible.
Was he?
Honestly, he was incredible. And I know that you come away from the game and everybody's buzzing off him and Odegaard. But for me, he was a standout player. He really was. Any time he got the ball, he just wanted to drive forward. Yeah. All he was doing is finding himself in this lovely bit of space out on that left-hand side, and he was just driving and driving. There was no thought in his head to come back. I know it's Coventry, and I know you're going to have more space to do stuff, but that was an incredible start to his Arsenal career. It really, really was.
Yeah, it couldn't have gone any better. I was reading some stats about him, even in pre-season.
Yeah.
I think he'd already had so many assists and this and that. But he's a direct player, and actually, it's a breath of fresh air because actually we saw the World Cup and we thought we got to certain good points on the field and then we were coming back. If you're direct and you've got 1v1 capabilities, you're going to cause some damage at the level for sure.
Do you think they need a star striker still? Because Kai Havertz played the whole game. Gyökeres didn't even come on. Gabby Jesus is not nowhere near it at the minute. It looks like he's going to be getting a move away somewhere as well. But Kai Havertz is not an out-and-out striker, right? He was dropping so deep at times to get the ball and join in the play. I feel like he gets bored just staying up there. Do you know what I mean? Like Erling Haaland, you can see that he just wants to stay there and try and get on the end of something. Kai Havertz is like, nah, mate, I just want to get involved.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether they did. I think Gyökeres was that guy, and I think he had a decent first season, didn't he? He scored a good amount of goals.
Yeah.
But I don't think Arsenal are that kind of team that they rely on someone like that. And actually, I do think it's a little bit disrespectful to Havertz and to Gyökeres to go. They've got to the Champions League final, missed it on a penalty. Lost out on a penalty shootout. They've in the end won the Premier League, going in as favourites for this season. So I'm not sure they do. Yeah. What do you think?
I just think if they did have an out-and-out striker, it would completely change the way that they play because they are so interchangeable. Like, honestly, just watching them rotate around. I know you have a set formation of how your team's supposed to play, but they don't play like that. They're switching and moving and rotating, and he's over there one minute, and then he's over there, and just think, mate, if you had one guy who was just stood there all the time, it's a little bit too
But again, no,
predictable.
but exactly. So it
But that's probably why they've not signed a 9, because the way that, I mean, I've not seen them as much as you have live, and it's different when you watch it on the telly because you don't see all the patterns. But I think if they do have all that movement and they never really play direct into a 9, it's hard to get a 9 that will fit into that team. I mean, Gyökeres not playing against his old team, he'll have been quite spewing about that. You know what I mean? Because he'd wanted to try and get off the mark, get a couple of goals, but even though he'd played in the World Cup and done all them things, you want to start and you want to feel as though you can get your name on the sheet early doors. And obviously Coventry at home first game would have been a good one for him. But I think Arsenal, if they could get a 9 who's got some mobility and maybe fit into some patterns that they have, but like, I think the old-fashioned 9, them days are kind of going a little bit, to be fair. There's only Haaland plays like that. And when he played against England, I mean, he never shifted in the World Cup, did he?
No, he didn't.
No.
They got Mosquera playing at centre-back alongside Gabriel. With Consa signing, do you think he just comes straight in for Mosquera? Because Mosquera did really well.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's the bigger challenges, isn't it? It'd be interesting to see if he puts Konza in at Villa next Monday.
Or I reckon they'll probably have something in there where he's not allowed to play. You know,
Yeah,
with it being you're not allowed to actually put that in contracts anymore, are you?
No,
you have a bit more of a sort of like gentleman's handshake about it.
There might be something in it, but I think when obviously they get Saliba fit as well, and obviously the young lad, I think he's got an unbelievable future in front of him. But they're going to be so strong at centre half.
So strong.
And I think what it does give them is it means that they can attack the trophies with a different pairing, potentially, at points, so that they'll all get the games, especially winning to Champions League weeks and things like that.
Should we talk about their North London rivals, Tottenham?
Yeah. Right. Before we go into Tottenham bashing.
I'm not going to Tottenham bash.
Right. Honestly, given recent history, 17th for Spurs, how good Brentford are.
Yeah.
Were you surprised by this result? And should you have been surprised? Because on paper, when you take out Tottenham, historically a big club, Brentford dispatched Tottenham.
Yeah, they did. And it's a good point because I think you see Tottenham spending all this money and automatically you equate spending money to improvement and to them being a force.
Good signings as well.
Do you know what Brentford are, right? I get the impression that they don't listen to any outside noise. They do not let it seep into them whatsoever. They know what they are. They're so good at doing what they do, right? Playing out from the back, they are incredible, right? They just go about their business the way that they know how to. They don't care who the opposition is. And Tottenham got absolutely bullied from the get-go. Genuinely, from the get-go, they got absolutely bullied. And it's a bit worrying for Tottenham because I know that Spursy tag's been around for a while now, right? But this was such a Spursy performance. It really was so weak.
I don't know whether, I mean, it's first game. You don't want to make excuses for them, but they've got a lot injured. Sarr, Kulusevski, Van der Ven, Porro, Simmons, they're all out.
Yeah.
And obviously you've got Fernandes on the bench. But I just look at it and go, there seems to be this bias amongst us as fans and pundits where you go, Tottenham are a big team, Brentford are not so much a big team. This will be a close game. They've made good signings. You go, but Brentford are a better football team than them.
Yeah, they are.
And actually, when you look at, like I said, the recent history, you go, before the game, when you take out all your kind of preconceptions, you go, Brentford beat them comfortably.
Well, I had Tottenham as my dark horses this season. Look, it's only the first game of the season, but I did feel as though it would be closer. But the point you make is Brentford are a team. Spurs have had, obviously, injury problems again. But the amount of players that's come into the building and they've lost, they're not a team. And you see Brentford are a collective, they're a team. And the front three Brentford have got are phenomenal, by the way. And it was a very difficult fixture for any team. I did think Tottenham would have done slightly better. I have got a concern with Kingsley in goal. I know that last year he had an unbelievable thing happen to him and I was delighted that he come through that and he made it one of the best saves I've ever seen towards the end of the season that helped him stay in the league. But to let Vicario go and have him in the sticks now and put all your money on him, I think he had a tough day at the office as the team did. But to play for a big team like that, I think he's maybe going to find it really difficult this season.
He kept playing out from the back, and it's great if you want to do that, if you've got the players around to do that. And I know he's being told to do that. He is definitely being told to try and play out from the back. But sometimes as a goalie, you've got to feel the emotion of the game. You've got to feel what's in front of you at that moment in time. And them Tottenham players, he's playing balls into them. And one of the goals actually came from him playing in. They've got control of the ball, Spurs, but still, Brentford are waiting for that. Brentford are just waiting. They're just trying to nick it, and that's how they did. They nicked it, broke, scored, but he kept doing it in the game, and I'm thinking, geez, mate, can you not tell that they don't want this here? They don't want it.
But it's the game understanding. Look, obviously you've got managers and coaches at the sideline. They've prepped all week. They'll have done the patterns. But the opposition, when you're training, you're semi-passive and you're allowing these patterns. And the pace of the Premier League, you put your head down for a second when I think there's a pass on, it's gone in that moment, and it becomes so tight.
Brighton, did you see Brighton yesterday? Brighton and Brentford, very similar in the way that they do it. They press from the front, but they're clever with it. They wait and they smell, and their body language is incredible. Because they half look like they're not interested, but they're watching every single bit, and they smell that one little moment, boom, and they're on you. And that's exactly what Brentford did yesterday. Brighton did exactly the same to Villa as well. So Tottenham need to be a lot more clever. That's when I say the Spursy part about it. It's like they would just, right, we've been taught in training to do this, so we're just going to keep doing it. No, you've got to adapt to the game in that moment and what's in front of you.
The other thing we can't forget is that he's a relatively new manager into Spurs.
Yeah.
And this is where Brentford, Brighton, they have the big advantage, is that every time Spurs, teams like Spurs, even the Man United, every time they bring a new manager, it's rip up the old playbook and start all over again.
Yeah.
Whereas when Keith Andrews comes in, it's continuation. It's similar philosophies. And we always go through about it's that kind of culture as a football club that runs through the football club, the DNA of a football club. And when they bring in Andrews, promote him within, you go, this is how we play. You kind of get on board with it and develop what we're doing.
For sure.
And that's why they're in the position.
If ever you get the opportunity to go into a Brentford or Brighton type football club, you're going to have half a chance of being successful. You know what I mean? That you're following a certain pathway. But look, Brentford will have an excellent season again. I think they're such a team now that they, I think, should try and win a trophy. I mean, it'd be an incredible thing because I think they're so established at the league. They can really go for the cup fixtures.
When you look at there's a couple more points before we move on. Sangare, right?
Unreal.
And what was he? About 40 mil?
No,
39 mil or something like that. And but again though, I guess that's the penalty of being a Tottenham, isn't it?
Yeah.
When the whole world knows you're absolutely caked.
Yeah.
Whereas Brentford kind of just go and shop.
Yeah.
In a slightly different supermarket.
Honestly, we've spoke about it so many times where a team like Brentford and Brighton and Bournemouth, they know that whatever players they sign, that player still wants to put himself in the shopping window, right? Yeah. So he's made the move to the Premier League. It's a lot of money relatively, but he still knows he can go again, right? If you sign for Spurs, you're signing for double the transfer fee and you're probably on double the wages. It takes that drive away. It takes that drive away to go, right, I can go again here. Because why do you need to really push yourself? You're comfy. You're on double the wages you would be at Brentford anyway. You're happy. You've got a 5-year deal. It takes that hunger away, doesn't it? Whereas Brentford, Brighton, Bournemouth, all these teams, they sign these players and they go, do you know what? If you smash it for the next 18 months, 2 years, you'll get an £80 million move and you'll be on treble your wages.
But it's almost the kind of recruitment policy. We spoke to Les Reed actually about it a while ago, and kind of Ben and I spoke to him and said, like, why are these these Brentfords and Brightons and Bournemouths, why are they going to the French, the Lens of the world and these type teams and scooping up someone for 20 and 30 mil? Why aren't the Man Uniteds and the Chelseas going at that? And he was like, they're letting them take the risk.
Yeah,
what Les is basically saying was they're letting that team take the risk because when they want to do it, they want them. And they want them to hit the ground running.
It's got to be a proper win. So they'll not risk 3 lots of 20 million and so it equates to 60. And if they know when they sign them, whatever the big club is, it's 60 million, but we've not risked the 20s and it's up and running and they're prepared to do that because that 60 million quid investment is normally a sound investment because they've had the battery of time. Where the smaller teams will fish around 10, 15, 20, 25 millions. And eventually, because of good coaching, culture and the environment, they get them up to 50, 75 million and off the go.
You can't say someone like that, Rayan at Bournemouth, right? Yeah. He's playing in the bloody World Cup for Brazil. Yeah. You can't tell me that the upper echelons of British football teams weren't looking at him.
No, they were all looking at him. And it is a good analogy for you then, right? So Sangare, he smashes it for the next year, for the next year. I don't know him as a person, but what has been proven over time really is that these players, when they get that big move, say he gets a big move to Manchester United for 90 million quid, right? Do you reckon you would still get the same output from him as what you're getting from Brentford? Do you think you still get the same work rate, the confidence, the belief if he played for Manchester United?
The problem you have, the answer is no, and the reality is that these lads are fighting for something, and if you don't know the character and personality, when they get that big move, let's say it's a 100 million move, and the wages become astronomical, that's their ceiling. What you want is the real big clubs who really sign the top ones, they do want to go again. And that's the key to the big signings.
This is where you all often hear old players talking about, are they a Chelsea, are they a Man United player? And I guess that comes to your point of that mentality is, can they then get trajectory,
Arsenal have turned themselves into that team now where if you're signing for Arsenal, you better be hitting the ground running and you better be giving it 10 out of 10 every single week because otherwise you're not going to be starting. And not only that, if you kick off and you're in trouble, you're gone, mate. He's shown it in years gone by. Arteta, he'll get rid of you.
Do you have any doubts whatsoever that Bruno Guimaraes will be a success at Arsenal?
No doubt whatsoever. No doubt whatsoever. He will go in there and he will carry on and probably even kick on from what he was doing at Newcastle because that's the culture that Arsenal set and demand from you. That's just what it is at that football club.
I've got to ask you about opening game of the season. Archie Gray, full-back, started at right-back.
Yeah.
He's 20 years old and he's been made captain.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not a guaranteed starter for Tottenham. You've got the likes of Robertson, Gallagher in the team, in the starting 11. How would that be received?
He's by all accounts the nicest lad in the world, actually, Craig. Everybody loves him. And I think that's why the manager's probably chose him. But honestly, you need somebody who's gonna scare his teammates. That's who you need as a captain. You need somebody who is gonna get right up everybody. Andy Robertson. But that's if he's that sort of player. You just don't know behind the scenes. You really just don't know. Like, look at Brentford, right? They have got a bunch of men, haven't they? They've got a bunch of men who are strong and they won't let you off the hook, right? Tottenham have, what it looks like from the outside, got a bunch of kids who go, do you know what, don't worry about it next time. And that's how it feels with Tottenham. And it's a big difference, right? Because when you come up against a team of men who just constantly, relentlessly go, you're going to fall short. You will. So it's a bit of a worry for Tottenham that they're relying on Archie Gray to be that leader because I don't think he's that guy just yet.
Yeah, I think the result went as expected. It'd be interesting with the likes of Tonali and Senesi once they get stuck in.
Tonali was miles off it though. Like he was
opening game, isn't it? It's opening game.
But he was miles off it. Yeah. Like all of Tottenham were miles off it. I agree with Kinski. I'm not convinced one little bit. I think they need to get the obviously they're talking about the two new signings, Savinho and Marmoush. But even then, I'm not convinced because they're not men. They're not leaders and strong men.
We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, Tottenham have made this mistake in the past of signing these sort of players that look lovely. They do. They look lovely, and on paper they're great players, but they haven't got this nastiness in them.
We'll find out very soon. What about Liverpool escaping from St James's then, Watad?
I think that's a tough fixture on paper. Opening day away at Newcastle. Obviously, they've had a lot of change with Eddie and his staff leaving as well. New manager comes in. But Newcastle are always up for it at St James's Park. I actually thought it was a good game. Yeah, open game of football. I thought both teams wanted to win the match, which were pretty impressive. Energy levels looked up when you compare to some of the teams where we'll speak about moving forward that you think some of them weren't quite up to speed. I thought it were two good teams at it. Newcastle will be a little bit disappointed they didn't kind of get off the line. Obviously conceding a penalty so deep into injury time. It was
gutted for Lewis.
Because he'd played proper, hadn't he? But it is a penalty, and what a penalty to equalise.
I've been putting a bit on threads lately about Newcastle obviously losing a lot of players and all change. And I actually really like Newcastle. I want them to do well, and I was happy to see them yesterday doing really well, to be fair, because like I agree with they look like a good team. They did. They look like a really good team. So some of the players, you might not know much about them that they brought in, but they look like they're big, strong. They'll stand up to it as well. Goalie looked decent.
Yeah,
Big Lucas
I was saying to Tom before we started, all teams in the Premier League have looked at him for 2 or 3 years, and their ones finally took a punt, and he did really well in the game. But you know, in a strange way, the fans would have been a little bit upset that Eddie Howe's lost his job for whatever reason. But you know what? The players actually might have revitalised them. He's not changed his staff, Eddie. It's the same voices, it's the same things, it's the same this, the same that. they've probably all of a sudden had a refresh. And I mean, they looked really good in transition. I mean, of course, when you play a low block against them, it might be a different game, but they transferred the game so quickly. I was a bit disappointed with Alisson on the first goal, but yet he gets them a point with a save at the end. But like, I thought, like, he looked a little bit slow and he overtracked on that first one. But it was a great finish. And when you won down at Newcastle after 5 minutes,
I'll tell you something. I was stunned when I saw Alanga.
Mate,
Mate, the wheel. I mean, I know he's quick, but the wheels on him.
Mate, Liverpool got a massive problem in those fullback positions. They really, really have. Like, they've gone from absolute Rolls Royces, two of the best to ever do it in the Premier League as a pairing. They really have. To, mate, they don't look like they're good enough. They don't. Kerkers and Frim, they just don't look like they're good enough.
But the thing is, you can't isolate Van Dijk down the side like that because he ain't got the legs anymore.
Back in the day, even a couple years ago, do you remember when he used to do that shepherding thing and he used to wait and he'd crab it all the way back? Mate, even then he could turn the burners on, but now you can just see he's not got that anymore, have you?
No, he hasn't.
Before we move on as well, what's going to happen with the goalkeepers this year then, Watto? So obviously Nick Pope wasn't even on the bench yesterday. I don't know if he's got a little injury or whatever. You got Aaron Ramsdale, who was there last year as well, wasn't even on the bench for Southampton at the weekend. Perez played for Southampton. What's going to happen to these English goalkeepers?
I think they're in big trouble, to be perfectly honest with you. There's not the slots. There's been a lot made. I thought Wolves would potentially change. I know Bentley went to Coventry in the week. I didn't think Sarr were going to put the gloves on for Wolves. No. Sam Johnson's apparently not fit, but he's on the bench. So, but where do these guys go? Yeah. Like, the Premier League started now. So it's a big problem for obviously Pope's a bit older than Aaron, but for English goalkeeping, when you've got two standouts really that should be playing at the level and they're not even getting on the bench, one at a Premier League club and one obviously at a Championship club, they have to be starting to play football matches. Hey, look, I don't know Nick Pope at all. He might have decided, he's going to be a number 2 or 3 somewhere and slightly change his own modelling. But Aaron's in the prime of his career and he has to be playing football. So it is a worry because unless there is a real catastrophic drop of form or a bad injury, I'm not sure where he ends up.
It's difficult to see where he goes, isn't it?
Once the season starts, that's the problem with it all, though. You always want to get it done early doors. You want to get it done in off-season before you even report back for pre-season training.
To Italy or Spain.
Because then you've got that whole pre-season training, you've got that whole 5, 6, 7 weeks of getting to know the lads, get yourself embedded in the team. Once the season starts, if a goalie gets off to a good start, mate, this team's not willing to pay 20, 30 million
it's
pounds for a
only
goalie.
Injury now. There's no Premier League team looking for a goalie now. No. That's done. Because what the clubs and coaches want is as much of a period of pre-season that you can get. Yeah. That's it. I mean, the only one I could possibly see as if Verbruggen potentially would leave Brighton late in the window for a potentially bigger one.
I can see potentially if Martinez goes from Villa. If Martinez does leave Villa, which I'm not sure about, because I don't think Bizot has got what it takes to play week in, week in the Premier League.
Spurs. Get him
of course, they've got Suzuki.
Spurs.
So why isn't Suzuki playing for Villa? Why not?
I'm lost at that because
I'd
watched him training in the week, not live.
But there were things good to go, though,
he was good to go. He's had a World Cup. I don't like the Bizot in the goals. I think Suzuki, again, I looked at him 2 or 3 years ago. I think he's a good signing, but I think Martinez is off.
He's got to be off. He has to be off. If you're signing Suzuki, so Emi Martinez is going to go somewhere. I don't think Tottenham will be fully settled with Kinski. Maybe there's a spot open there for them.
But I think they might be looking at a Verbruggen type late in the window and think, right, he's the one.
Yeah, but Verbruggen's going to cost you 50, 60 mil.
Well,
he is.
If James Trafford's 40.
That's what I mean.
It's the level, isn't it? We'll come on to the Forest Leeds game, but like Sells, I know a couple of years ago got the Golden Glove and all this kind of thing, but I've never been ultimately convinced with him. I'm not sure they could possibly do with him.
What do you think? I looked at this Newcastle Liverpool game, and my thought was, I don't know whether either one of these are going to finish this season. No. I think a lot of people have written off Newcastle because of the outgoings and the little bit of unknown of the incomings. Wissa, by the way, fit
fantastic.
For Newcastle.
Really, really good,
Looked really, really
big chance,
good.
didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I think if he puts that in, it's game over, isn't it?
But with Areola going into Liverpool, how long does it take a manager to implement? Is it as quick as a month for a quick fix, or like 6 months for a sustained period of getting your philosophy?
Normally they want a good pre-season with them, don't they? Which he's had because he's had the time at Liverpool. The problem he's had, it's been World Cup year, so all the the big players, and they've got lots of them,
All of them.
have not been integrated like you would in a normal pre-season. So it's been slightly false. I still believe he's a very good manager. And we talked earlier, he might have to tinker a little bit because one of his sixers, if he plays 2 or 1, he might have to play 2 because one of them is going to have to do some running down that left side to protect Verge at some point. So he'll be tinkering and thinking about it a little bit. Look, they've got some top players, but he'll not have had the pre-season he wanted to get everything in, as most of them won't have done because they've all had the players away. So I think the league will be a little bit scrappier. And that's maybe why Arsenal, which is a little bit more settled, and even City to some regard, might be better.
But they've got the bigger teams we're talking about here. They've got their settled way of playing. They know what they do. Liverpool, I still don't fully know what they're doing yet because they've got attacking players in the midfield zone that want to get forward. So you'll get opposition teams now just going, right, just wait for the counter-attack. Just wait for the counter-attack. Expose Big Verge, expose Kirkez on the right, left-hand side, because even though he looks like he's rapid, he isn't. And then just hit it down there. Boom, go, lads, go.
It'd be a worry having Kirkez outside of Van Dijk.
Van Dijk, yeah.
Because although he's an energetic player, Kirkez, I don't think positionally he's going to do Verge any favours at all, is he?
But you know the game plan already for most teams because Newcastle actually implemented it very, very well.
They need Alexander Isak to step up as well. You know, he's obviously had horrible injury last season, but got back to playing.
Can you imagine if he took that penalty?
Oh, mate, honestly, there's no chance of it.
Mate,
His body language is miles off it. You can tell.
Yeah.
Isak's body language is miles off it.
Looks like a different player.
Mate, he's had the whole World Cup, right? The World Cup, he didn't do much in the World Cup, did he? We
didn't
went to
do
watch
much.
Sweden v France, and he did nothing in the game. He looked nowhere near it, and he's had a whole pre-season, so he should be back up and firing. And yet, still, I'm looking, thinking, you look like a shadow, really, of what you used to be.
It's amazing, isn't it?
know.
Really. Let's talk about United.
Yes. Mate, honestly, I can't believe... I can't believe this, yeah. Do you know what? I don't know what to think about Manchester United because I really want Man United to do
Did you
well.
have them in your top 4?
I did have them in my top 4, right? But they looked miles off it still. They looked miles off it, right? A lot of people were obviously they were killing Casemiro last season, and then he comes good for them, scores a good goals, right? But I think with Casemiro, not only about what he does on the pitch and the goals that he was scoring, but as a leader, right? He's that guy that people look up to and think, you've won World Cups. I don't know if he has won World Cups.
No, he hasn't.
Whatever it is, you've won
Champions
Champions Leagues, you've been
Mate,
Real Madrid.
You take that out, you don't realise what you're missing.
And you replace it with Andrei Santos, who everyone's going, no, he's got... And I'm thinking, you're all basing this on potential, yeah? Potential very rarely gets actually unravelled to be the player that you thought it was going to be. Like, it's asking so much to take a player that very rarely played for Chelsea and put him in on starting day and go, right, go on then, give me an 8 out of 10.
I'll give you one here about that game, because Harry Maguire will have told them Man United players. He said, they'll have stayed at Forest Pines, where every team stays. Before you go there, it's about 40 minutes on the bus to get into Hull. He'll have told them the night before, these superstars, we're going to Hull, and you've got this game. But what the point we're going to make is, Ollie McBurney up front for Hull.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, he will cause any centre-halves, these Rolls-Royce centre-halves, prima donnas, he's going to get in and around them and fired up. He's the one forward this year they'll not want to play against. He was unbelievable. Yeah. But look, for all that we talk about in the game, Man United have got done on 2 set plays.
Yeah.
I mean, Lemens makes an amazing save,
he does, yeah.
and obviously they poke it in. But on the second goal, it's a wide free kick, and I'm lost with it because Luke, you guys are in the line. Luke Shaw's here,
Luke
2 yards inside.
It's not even 2 yards, 2 metres, mate.
Yeah,
he's 2 metres inside everybody. Everybody's gone to go and stopped. Yeah. He's just carried on going. He's 2 metres, and there's 4 Hull players in between him and the rest of the back
What's
four.
the setup? What they've been doing?
Unreal.
And this is a team that I said I think would drop off this year, but I have to say I didn't see that they get turned over like that.
Yeah, no. It was fair. You know what? It wasn't comfy, but Hull, there was not massive questions asked of Hull, was there? There was a good chance late on from Buemo. Goalie's made a decent save. But other than that, mate, no, they had the better chances.
Hull would have loved that fixture. We talked about it first
of all.
It's at home. But they've not got the superstars who've been all over the planet, World Cups and then going on their holidays. And he would have had a really good pre-season. They've done a lot of recruitment. And ultimately, having Man United at home gave them a real chance, even though Man United should be a lot better, you know?
What I found interesting is that you've got the new team coming up, right? And there's bounce and there's energy and stuff. But if I was a United fan, I'd probably... This is one game, you can't overreact. No. But I would be a little bit worried in the fact that they just seem to overrun them.
Yeah, they did.
So the ground jewel success, 60% in favour of Hull. Well, that's one of those stats where you kind of go, well, that is a pretty concrete stat, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a few percentages either way, but
whoever you are as a big team, if you lose the duels, you're never going to be able to play the football.
Yeah.
Because you're not in command of the ball.
Football, yeah.
So you have to win, and you go back 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you've got to win the duels, and then you can play, and your better players will do the stuff. But Man United never got into the game, which were really surprising. Carrick knows all about what Gunnar Hull were like. Maguire has been at Hull. He knows what it's like. They'd have been feeding these messages in, but they got turned over, I would say, quite comfortably.
You know what happened at half-time? They'd have gone in at half-time and Hull would have all said to each other, they don't fancy this today, lads. I know they're 2-0 up at the time, but they don't fancy it. And what I mean by that is that intensity, that real work rate, will to want to win, to get the challenges won. Man United were miles off it, and Hull knew that. And if you're fairly even teams, the team who works the hardest and wants it more will win. They will win. But there's a big discrepancy between quality here with Hull and Manchester United, agreed?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
But Hull just wanted it more, and they outworked.
But Man United, when the old fixture computer give them their 2 opening fixtures, 2 promoted teams, obviously Hull away, they're at home to Ipswich next week.
I mean, that's some pressure.
That has to be a 6-pointer for them.
Yeah,
it has to be a 6-pointer.
I mean, it sounds daft. He's not going to listen. He's not going to get the sack, is he? But if they get 1 point from their opening 2 games against 2 newly promoted teams, the chat starts again, doesn't it? That's the whole point. That the chat starts
being
again.
Man United, the chat starts straight away because obviously he was a bit spiky with the interview after the game, wasn't he?
He was,
but,
yeah.
But you're going to be because you're Man United manager, and it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable to go and get beat 2-0 at Chelsea if you're Man United. So it's certainly not acceptable to go and get beat 2-0 at Hull.
Right, Rashford's been given the number 9 shirt. So in the predictions episode, we spoke about, and I said to you, is Carrick basically going to be arm round Rashford going, you're my boy. Listen, fresh start, clean slate, you're my boy. Okay? Opening game of the season, he's been given the number 9 shirt. Cunha's playing as a 9.
Yeah.
Rashford's played in the World Cup. He's fit. What we're saying?
He's. I just feel like he's probably had to start the season with a starting 11 of players that have done a job for him, right? He probably does, yeah? He probably has to start with them players. And he would have been hoping that Man United would have been a bit more comfortable in the game. They could have brought Rashford on probably a bit earlier. The last thing you want to do is be bringing Rashford on when you're 2-0 down.
He's not a centre-forward.
No, he's not a centre-forward. But I just don't think he could have started him in the game. I think it'd have put too many noses out of place, really. Alan Shearer said something about them not looking fit, and I half agree. I don't know whether it was not fit or just they just didn't look like they really, really wanted it. And that was my problem.
I think the look is different to how they would be. For sure, in the modern game, there's no way they've gone into that game undercooked.
No.
For whatever reason, because the staff, the sports science, the coaches, the medical, it's not happened. Why it looked so bad is the fact that I think Hull were a yard quicker in the brain, speed, and I think they'd had a better pre-season, for sure. And the way the game panned out and they were losing duels, it sucks the life out of you. Yeah. And they looked slower on the field. And Hull were driving forward with the enthusiasm of the opening day crowd. And they were up in the game.
Fair play to them, mate.
Fair play, but Man United never, ever can lose that football match.
Opening games, so obviously Rashford, 9, not given the space in the starting 11. When you look at City, you've got Maresca that's gone in there.
Yeah.
For all that's been said, they won.
Yeah.
So opening game, they've won. But another strange decision where he's opening game, Mark Gay centre mid, and you've got Nunes, Kovacic and Gonzalez all on the bench. Yeah. Will their nose be put out of joint?
Yeah, a little bit, to be honest with you. Yeah. I think he was trying to be a bit too clever, to be perfectly honest with you. I actually thought it was Pep for a little bit. Every time I kept panning on it, I was like, I'm sure that's Pep. Like, it's just Pep. Even coming on the pitch at full time and like getting in people's... I'm thinking, all right, mate, just sort of calm it down. Like, do you know what I mean? It's all just a bit too theatrical, isn't it?
But ultimately, mate, they got the job done. Because I think Bournemouth are a good team. Obviously, a new manager, Marco Rose, with them. He'll be absolutely desperate this morning, having got beat so late in the game. But like the setups from the set pieces, I mean, Guy missed an open goal earlier in the game, didn't he? He gets lucky with a goal, even though it's a free header, it's a deflection, isn't it? And then it's such a tight call for offside. But they got over the line, and actually that means the manager's got away with one. So when you think about what he's done tactically, when it's actually a win and 3 points,
Do what you want.
It
The
gets
changing room, though,
smashed a bit.
Just thinking, because amongst the changing room, though, like Monday morning, they have one. But will those players
You just don't know.
be bitching?
Yeah, I know what you mean. You just don't know what they might have a little niggle. They might not quite be ready to start, and that could literally just be something like that where you go, do you know what, mate? I'm going to bring you on at the hour mark or something. See us out that last half an hour. I know the game didn't go the way that he wanted and probably changed his decisions about how he had to do it because they scored 84th, 85th, and then 90th. So it changes how and when you make your substitutes. So maybe it was something like that. They've been linked with 100 million for Buadi.
Yeah.
He's nearly done it. Is it done?
So he's 18 years old though, right? Yeah?
100 million quid,
100
18
million
years
quid,
old.
right? He's 18 years
Well,
old.
is he going to sit back now and think,
but this is what I mean.
or is he going that way?
This is what I mean, right? You've got to be so sure if you're buying somebody at 18 years old, right, that they've got the temperament and everything else that comes with it to be able to deal with this big move, yeah, to deal with being on. Imagine being 18 years old, right, and being on 150 grand a week.
How many career games has he played?
Probably what, 50? 50, 60? Yeah? He's on 150 grand a week he'll be on, right?
Yeah.
18 years old, Watto. Yeah. What would you do when you were 18 years old, up in Barnsley, on 150 bags a week?
Mate, I could have bought Barnsley. I could not imagine. Honestly, though, you can't put that into context. At 18, and you'll have had a sign-on fee that's whatever, and every month you get your salary, you've got £500,000 in there. I mean, it's mind-blowing stuff, and I don't know about the culture, his family, but he's going to need some very important people around
18
him.
years
And
old,
ultimately, at Man City, that'll be Maresca's biggest challenge, not just with this one signing. Can he keep the culture? Because I think he's a football man for sure. Tactically, he knows the game. The sessions and everything will be bright. Can he manage and keep that culture of that group? And if he can, they've got a hell of a chance.
He's played 60-odd league games. Hasn't scored a goal in his
Well,
in
what
his
we're
senior
seeing
career.
for 100 mil then? What we're seeing?
But this is my massive problem with football at the minute is everybody gets so carried away with potential, right? And I understand that you're going to have to get the next generation of players coming through, but 100 mil at 18 is looking so much at the potential part of that. That is ridiculous. It really is for an 18.
It's gone pathetic. It's just
so
this
bad.
summer. It is just.
It's always the same
pathetic.
after a World Cup, though. But the pressure that kid's under. I mean, yeah, playing in the French league and doing what he's done, great. It's a different animal coming here.
Completely different animal. Scary it is.
And when he walks in that dressing room, it'll be a bit scary for him too.
Won't it just, yeah. Won't it just?
More of the same from. Brighton have absolutely destroyed. I was listening to the radio, actually. I was on the way up to the footy myself. I was listening to the radio, and they said on the radio, this might be the worst half of football for a team I've seen in Premier League history. He said Villa were that bad in the first half.
It's really strange, but football is moments, in it. Villa, pressed, Buendia, opportunity at 0-0, missed the target within 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Catastrophe at the other end, 1-0, own goal, short back pass, all these things. And then from that thing, it just compounded and compounded and compounded. But Villa kept doing the same things. Obviously, Gomez, the star signing from Wolves.
My recommendation, get the ball away, got sent off.
Mate, he was lucky he weren't sent off after about 15 minutes for another yellow. A real bad day at the office for Aston Villa. And I said when we did the pre-season show, I worried for him. I think Emery's a magician, but you can't keep pulling the rabbit out of the hat.
No.
And if they keep selling, I mean, the talent they've got rid of is unreal.
Look at that. If they do go and lose Watkins and Emmy, just take away the fact that they're all starting 11 players, the players that they've lost.
But then it's the culture in the dressing room, isn't it?
It's you're losing players that know what it means to be an Aston Villa player, to have played for a Villa team that have had success. They've won European competitions, they've finished top 4. That's what you're losing. Them players walking out the door. And you can go, yeah, we've got a really good lot of money for it. Mate, it's not that easy to replace them. So if you lose 6, 7, 8 players there, what they have done, yeah? Rodgers, Concert, Tielemans, Marlon, Digne, Watkins, Emmy, right? If you lose them 7 players, yeah, you cannot just replace them with 7 like-for-like starters. You can't. You won't. You won't do it.
There's no
chance.
Problem they've got, but last 3 seasons, I think they finished 4th, 6th, 4th.
Yes.
Right? And every year we question them.
They've won Europa League last season as well.
But every year we question them, and every year Emery comes through, right? And he delivers every bloody year. But you just, at some point, this cycle has to end. and you kind of think, listen, they're not going to get relegated or anything, but is this the year they finish 10th or
mid-table.
12th? You just don't know, do you?
Well, the dressing room's going to be different because of what we've just alluded to. They've lost such big players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's hard to replace, A, the talent, but B, the culture that it provides. And Emery can't keep being a magician, but that dressing room will have a not nice feel. A, because of the result at the weekend, but knowing what they've lost and potentially still going to lose is not a good place to be.
It's a shame because they're a top 4 club that are a selling club.
Yeah.
And actually, they have to be.
That's why, but that's what I mean. Even we can go on about PSR, and it's all bollocks. Honestly, what a load of.
Well, it should be if you're a Villa fan.
It's
You've
the worst
got in
rule
the
in the
Champions
world.
League. You've won the Europa League. You should actually be. They should all be signing big long contracts, and you should be getting the best in
They've
class
changed
to
it
add
now,
into
haven't
it.
they? That PSR's gone. It's like the squad cost ratio now.
Just get rid of the old thing.
But they're trying to protect the clubs. But actually, the problem is with them being in this squad cost ratio. I think is 85% of your salaries, your football costs versus your turnover. But they do have wiggle room of 30% in there. But the problem Villa have got is that the Champions League, that percentage is less.
Yeah.
It's not 85. I think it's 70%.
Something like that.
So the Champions League, although they're going to make more revenue from that, it could end up costing
Just
them.
get rid of the old thing, right? If I was an absolute bazillionaire, right, I would not buy a Premier League team. What's the point? Because you can buy a Premier League team, and gone are the days where you could just go and buy a load of good players, yeah. But and people say, well, that makes it unfair then, because then you could just walk away with the league. If you try and walk away with the league, yeah, you'll have a rude awakening, yeah. It is very, very hard in this day and age to buy a team that would be able to walk away with the Premier League.
They're trying to protect the future of the clubs, aren't they? That's what they're trying to do.
They're not doing that though, because Villa, if I was a Villa fan this morning, I would be absolutely fuming, yeah? You've gone from winning the Europa League, yeah, finishing top 4, really stable, solid team, yeah, really, really good team. They were in a title race last year for a little bit. Half their team's been decimated. They don't know who they are anymore. They're 4-0 down at half-time in the first Premier League game of the season. I'd be fuming if I was a Villa fan. So this ain't helping anybody. It's not.
No, it's not. And I think this is the frustrating thing for a Villa fan is that they've got a top draw manager.
Yeah.
They've had some real top players. And then it's just like a bloody fire sale. So, like, really, they've had a brilliant few years, but they've hit their ceiling.
It's depressing if you're a Villa fan.
It
You
is.
have to be honest now. And I feel bad for them because it's been really nice to see what they've done. But that seems to have just gone in one
But that
summer's
shows how
work.
quick it can be done.
Did you see the
because
Watkins?
of the rules?
Did you see the Watkins interview Emery about? He said why isn't Ollie Watkins playing? You'd have to ring Ollie Watkins.
Horrible, isn't it?
I mean, if Watkins has refused to play or gone on strike, whatever it is, if he's pulled himself out,
I would say that's probably it for Ollie Watkins.
yeah. But you've got to think everything he's done with the club and with the fans and stuff. He's stitched them up, hasn't he?
It depends. It depends on how much sort of holiday he got after the World Cup, how much training he's done. Did he feel himself he was ready? Is there a rumoured bid from Al Hilal? Because if somebody's making a bid for you for 50, 60 million quid and they're saying, right, we're going to put you on 250 grand a week, Ollie, then I don't blame him for not wanting to play. Because if he plays and gets himself injured and that move goes, then that is life.
So what,
at his age, that's money that's going to sort you out for life, done.
Are you saying that you don't blame him for not wanting to play, or hypothetically, if he said I'm not playing, would you blame him for that?
I would. I don't think I could do it. I think it would be a big ask to go, no, I'm not playing. But obviously I was a goalkeeper, a lot less risk of getting injured. But if he has got a move possibly coming in, I don't blame him. I don't, because, what is he, 29 years old now, 30?
Something like that.
30, I think.
He signs this deal for Al Hilal for, 3-4 years or whatever. Mate, that'll do. You're done. Because the move's not coming anymore. The big move's gone. He had that chance 2-3 years ago to go to a bigger team, to Manchester United or somebody bigger, Arsenal. That move's gone now.
I understand what you're saying, right? He's set for life. He's already set for life.
Yeah, but this is ridiculous money, mate. Everybody would do it. I promise you. Everybody would do it, right? They would. And not only that, he's seen his team get decimated around him, yeah? So he's probably been working every day for the last however many years at Aston Villa, trying to pull this team into the right direction. And they've just won the Europa League, finished top 4, and then they go and sell all the best players, all the players that are probably his mates as well, good mates with all of them, and they've just gone. And he's like, well, what's the point?
But your argument could be there, if he's that driven, why is he going to play in bloody Saudi Arabia?
Because you get to a point in your life, at 30 especially, when he knows that the big move's gone now. He could have gone to Arsenal a couple of seasons ago.
Cool.
Mate, that must really hurt. He's an Arsenal fan. That would really hurt. He knows the big move has gone now. This is probably as much as he's going to get in the Premier League. Aston Villa, that tier of team. Why not just go over to Saudi now for 3 years and 250 grand a week? Everybody would do it.
Yeah, look, I think the point is he's seen all the other players leave, and that changes your mindset. Yeah. Because if they were all still there and this offer come in, I don't think he'd have wanted to let some of them lads down on the weekend. And he probably mindset would have been, I'm going to go in the trenches with you. If the move comes off, I'm obviously going. And secondly, if Ivan Toney can get in the World Cup squad and he's been out there, he's still got a chance.
You wouldn't have gone to Saudi for Barnsley, would you?
Not a chance, mate.
Liar.
Never seen a camel in Barnsley.
What
never.
a lie.
Seen a couple of rumps.
I think we might have made an oversight, Fozzie.
Go on.
So towards the end of last season, Jack Hinshelwood, he historically played a bit deeper.
Yeah.
Got pushed to the 10.
Yeah.
And rattled a few goals in. And I think we forgot this over summer.
Yeah.
Because he started as the 10 yesterday. Couple of goals. Is that an FPL oversight?
Might be. How much is Hinshelwood? Have a little look on FPL. He'll only be 5.5 or something like that.
Yeah, he probably will.
5.5?
6.
Yeah, but you know what? He's still not making his way into my team. Unless he goes and scores another 1 or 2 in the next couple of weeks, then I might have to think about it.
But you'll have missed the bus then, my friend.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But in fairness, that's what Brighton are. Brighton are full. Like, if I said to you, right, tell me the Brighton starting 11 now, go. You'd go Verbruggen,
Minter,
Hinshelwood,
Dunk,
Gross maybe.
Dunk.
That's about it, yeah.
Goalkeeper,
but they are that team. They are Brentford. They are
a squad.
They are Bournemouth. They're a squad of players, a team that just know what they are and they just go about their business. They don't listen to any outside noise. And this was no surprise, genuinely. Obviously, 4-0 up at half-time is a massive surprise, but I'm not surprised they won the game one little bit.
The newly promoted teams, you saw Frank, I think, was brilliant on Friday night. Yeah. Really relaxed, set the tone for his teams. It's Arsenal away, they're the champions, don't worry about it. For newly promoted teams, do you think there's an advantage having a British manager? Because obviously O'Neill's got his first win at the weekend, but they know it, they're known quantities.
Yeah, but I think the biggest part of it is getting that home game. And that's why I'd have liked to have seen Coventry at home. Because
it's unfair, isn't it?
It's unfair. It is. It's unfair. Because I guarantee you, if you're a Coventry City player, when you wake up this morning and you put live score on, you have a little look at the league and you're rock bottom.
That's not fair.
No, it gets in your head. It does. It
well,
gets
you're already
in your head,
chasing the game, aren't you?
You're chasing it from the get-go.
When the other two teams have won.
I mean, they're flying.
I think it's an unbelievable start for Ipswich. I think Sunderland, I didn't think were ever going to maintain the levels of last year. The only point I had in this game, an amazing free kick to equalise, I really have a thing with Robin Roofs at 90 minutes, throwing the ball out and turn over a possession and you lose the game 2-1. The game management from him at that time is so naive. And I think it's because they're all excited about what they did last year, not giving Ipswich the respect they deserve at 90 minutes and saying, do you know what, point on the road, opening day, let's take it and move on. He's gone for the ultimate quick play, we'll play in, we'll turn around and play, get beat. I think that could set the tone for Sunderland. Yeah. And on the counter of that, for Ipswich to win that game and get over the line is phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Because it just shows that it can be done. If you're a newly promoted team and you go and win, Sunderland are a good team, they are. They're a very good team.
For sure.
But to get off to that start, everybody just goes, oh, we can do this then. Yeah, we can.
It's belief, isn't it?
Yeah, belief, mate. It does. It's a lot easier seeing yourself in the middle of the table or even the top echelons within the first few games than it is being right down there straight away.
Tell you what, we do pet peeves, or you've got your list on your phone, things that annoy you way more than they should.
Yeah.
Do you know what mine is? Them showing the league table on Match of the Day on the Saturday night of opening game, because it's not even one full game week. You've got about 6 teams that have got a point next to them.
The only people that will look at them is them 2 promoted teams, because their bonuses for being wherever they are this week, this morning, will be unreal.
Oh yeah, I wonder if they're on like double bonuses and that. I bet they will be, won't they?
Might do, yeah.
Can we talk about some one of your old teammates? You say about setting the tone, Watto. Palace's tone at the start of the season, I worry for them. Yeah. Big time.
Yeah, it's not great, is it? When obviously Mateta started, but he's trying to say basically that.
Right, explain this for us.
I
I
don't know. Like, there's got to be something in there that his contract isn't valid, and I was thinking about it this morning driving in. Like, what possibly
could it? How could it have been worded?
What possibly could it have been?
So he signed. My understanding, I was reading up on it this morning, is that he signed a 4.5-year deal.
Yeah.
And then the club have got an option
Yes.
for an extra year. Now he's saying the option isn't valid. Of the extra year. So in essence, I'm a free agent.
But they're paying him, obviously.
Yeah, but what he's saying is, so they've had an independent tribunal who have sided with Palace. He's then gone to FIFA, who've said, we don't want to get involved.
Get involved in that.
But he's arguing the fact that the option isn't valid. Now, how do you ever get to a point where, like, these contracts must be? It'll be the same contract for him as it is for Sarr, as it is for Wharton.
It's a standard watertight contract.
So is he just playing silly buggers?
He's playing silly buggers, and I get the impression he's probably been told some wrong information by an agent or by somebody that says maybe the option's in your favour, and the option is almost certainly not in his favour. It would be in the club's. Most of the options nowadays are always in the club's favour, and they've decided to activate this extra year and. Like it or lump it, mate, you're here for another year. Simple as that. Even if you don't want to be here, they can do that. It's
Have
just
you ever
the way
heard
that
of?
I've never heard of
in the
somebody.
public?
I've never heard of somebody trying to say that it's. But like this, don't come over well. Palace fans must have been watching him on Saturday, thinking,
But
all right, brilliant.
what's the
Cheers,
point
mate.
in saying it? Ultimately, it's been done. You're here. You've got to get on with it.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he opens that can of worms, he's done with the fans.
Yeah. I get the impression
they're seeping into it.
His head's probably boggled a bit because obviously he nearly got the move at the end of last season. In January last year, didn't he? Didn't go through. Apparently, knee problem, whatever. It seems to me like he's just a little bit unsettled, really. But in all honesty, he's just going to have to suck it up. It is what it is.
Got a year left.
Got a year
Because
left.
it's Milan, isn't it? AC Milan.
Yeah,
the
that's it,
talks
yeah,
of
yeah.
AC
But
Milan.
the thing is, he's got to do his bit till January because if Palace can recoup anything, they will in January.
They'll get a few mil from in January.
They'll not
hopefully.
let it go to the thing.
No.
So he's just got to be clever. But I think that's where the club, you worry for him a little bit because the clever manager is saying, this is not coming out. 6 months you've got to give us. January, we're not letting you go for free. So we're going to be selling you for whatever we can get in
just
January.
daft,
Come
isn't it?
on,
'Cause
it's
you know,
stupid.
Like, if he doesn't get his way, right, he's probably got the ump. And now, what better chance have you got than a move than scoring 8 or 9 goals between now and
exactly,
January?
yeah.
Or
He should
being
have
seen,
scored 1 or 2 on Saturday. to be
or
fair.
being seen to have the ump.
Yeah, he should have been. Another one of their players is Ismail Assar as
Don't
well.
surprise you. Don't surprise me. Ben, does it surprise you?
No. So when I was at Watford, obviously with Ismaila, and he's a very quiet lad. He keeps himself to himself. But he used to go away on international duty, right, for Senegal. And say we had the game on a Saturday, for example, and his final game for Senegal was on Tuesday. He wouldn't return until Friday. He would walk back through the door, and I mean Friday afternoon, I'm
But
talking every time, mate. He would return on a Friday afternoon, right? And everyone's kind of almost saying, like, is this going to be starting tomorrow? Like, what's happening? And they're like, well, I don't know really, because apparently he's turned his phone off, so we can't really get in touch with him to find out.
That's wild, isn't it?
So yeah, it doesn't surprise too much, to be fair. Listen, he had an incredible World Cup, and there's going to be a lot of teams sniffing around him because he is a very good player.
He's still at the right age.
Yeah, he's at a very good age, and like I said, he's a very good player. So it looks like he's probably going to be on his way as well.
Can't afford to lose too many more though.
No,
you
they
know,
can't.
the manager coming in, he's going to be thinking straight away, I've walked into something here, especially with the Mateta problem rumbling on, Sarr doing what he's doing, and ultimately, look, they had the chances in the game, and Pickford made an unbelievable save, didn't he? So they probably think this morning, or looking back at it, we maybe didn't do too bad, but they've got off to a 2-0 defeat. And if you lose a Mateta who downs tools, for instance, and Sarr leaves, the manager's got big problems behind the scenes there already to start with, and I think we did speak last week that they could be the ones who could find it pretty tough.
And do you know what else it does as well? It doesn't give the club a leg to stand on when it comes to Adam Wharton. Because Adam Wharton was incredible on Saturday. Incredible. Absolute baller, rolling around, doing what Adam Wharton does. If a team comes in for him for 100 million, what it's supposed to be, the club have no right to stand in his way now, because if Sarr goes and Mateta's kicking off, Adam Water's going to go, mate, you've got to let me go. Come on, like I'm trying my best here, but you're selling these players who are going to help us stay in the league this year, and if they're going, we're doomed. We're going to be absolutely doomed.
You've got to ask yourself, and I know this might sound a bit outlandish, but like, if you've got this 18-year-old going for 100 mil, what's Adam Wharton worth?
Well,
Like proven Premier League now.
Proven Premier League.
Is it like stupid to start saying, well, based on the market, 130 million?
Well, that's where Palace will be coming in, isn't it? They're starting at 120 minimum, aren't they?
Elliot Anderson, Morgan Rogers.
Yeah.
Mate, it's got to be that. It has. Simple as that.
That's the problem for them.
World's gone mad.
World's gone mad, hasn't it?
I've got to ask
World's
you,
gone mad.
boys. We're not into goalkeeping bashing, as we all know, but.
No.
I do have to ask you about Matt Sells and Forrest, because it kind of, I had a quick look in it. Does he cost them there?
Yeah, no, we'd be very, very disappointed with that, for one to creep in like that. But this is the point as well, isn't it? So the goalkeeping bit, I think he's not top level, even though he won the Golden Glove a couple of years ago. Yeah, there's an opportunity potentially there. But when you talk about 100 million, 120 million pound players, look at Wilson going to Leeds. Like, that's the business you've got to be trying to do in.
Yeah.
So I think Leeds have signed a proper goalie with Traff.
Yeah.
I think he could have gone to any of these teams we spoke about and done a really good job for him in goal. But then they've been clever with the recruitment. And ultimately, that's an unbelievable start to the season for Leeds, to go and win that 1-0. Even though they've got over the line with a really, really poor goal from the goalkeeper's perspective. Because actually, both goalies made some decent saves in the game.
Yeah.
But to get done on such a
last minutes of the game. Do you know what it does?
In front of them Leeds fans as well.
If you do it in the last minutes of the game, right, it brings into question your sort of mentality a little bit, doesn't it? Can you hold it together in the big moments? And he has to save it. It's as simple as that. One, it's gone in the near post, and I'm not a big advocate of saying, near post shots need to be saved, but it's a savable shot. It's as simple as that, and he's just not got his hand correct on it. And when you do that in the last minutes of games, you kind of just go, oh no, we might have to think about this.
I think if you're a Leeds fan, you'd be really optimistic about this season, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'll tell you why, because they finished the season so well as well. So they've shown what they can do. And Leeds at home will always be a problem, because it's a horrible place to go. But they've shown what they can do, and I think a lot of the Leeds fans will be thinking, do you know what? It's going to be probably mid-table, 12th, 13th, or something like that, 14th. But we'll take that. That's progress.
Oh, that is unbelievable.
That's progress.
But it feels like they're almost there now. They're established.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
They're in talks to sign Mikhailo Mudryk from Chelsea as well.
On loan, yeah.
Again, you just even these signings, you just don't know. He could come and absolutely rip it. He could be hungry as you like. He could have a point to prove, and he just wants to play first team football. And if that's the case, they could be signing an absolute gem there.
I think it's one of these teams where, when like amongst fans might not know, but like amongst player circles, like a Leeds one of these teams where you're going to get well paid. So Harry Wilson signing that, but obviously there's been no transfer fee, so naturally he's going to get more wages.
Yeah.
But are they one of these teams where you go, good team to sign for, they pay well?
I don't know, mate. I've never been in that position, so I can't comment. Looking from the outside, I would say that Leeds look like they think they've established themselves. The signing of a Trafford for that kind of money, Wilson on a free will be. Both of them guys will be getting very, very well paid.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they believe they've established themselves now at the level, and that's why ultimately, if ever the wheels fall off, that's where clubs get derailed. But I think they've now set a culture that they believe they can make these stellar signings.
You've got to be a 2-3 year team in the Premier League to be able to do that. So obviously getting promoted, and then you stay up, and then you solidify the next season, and then you actually start going, right, if we actually just give it a little bit more of a go, and I think that's where Leeds are right now. They're at the point where they're going, right, let's just give it a little bit more.
But being cute with the signings, like Wilson on a free, what kind of... So are they a team that... Like, what are the teams that pay well that people might not know?
Bournemouth. Bournemouth have always been Premier League. Bournemouth have always been a sneaky high payer. They have, yeah, because they're like years gone by. Like the promoted teams were always like Burnley and that, and like they've never paid well. They've always been like really sensible with the money and stuff like that. But Bournemouth, in fairness to them, when we were playing against them, I'm talking like 2022, 2021. There were rumours floating around that like Josh King was on like 100 grand a week and Callum Wilson 100 grand a week, and some of these boys on big money and that. And it was like, oh, fair dues, fair dues. So they've always been like a bit of a sneaky sort of high payer.
Do you reckon Wilson's on at Leeds and Traff?
I reckon Wilson will be on 100 grand a week, easy.
Oh, I was thinking more like 130, 140.
Nah, I think he'll be on 100 grand a week. It depends how many.
I saw something online, might be an absolute load of tosh. I saw something online, I can't remember the source, that Traff's on 180.
Nah, not having
I
it.
would have said Traff's 150, 160 easy.
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
For that kind of money.
40 mil?
Yeah.
Lend us the 10 at Traff.
I reckon he'd have probably gone up onto about 80, 90 at Man City. And then
Such tough life for him.
100, yeah, maybe 120.
Did you see his
120
interview? Did
Traff,
you-
text me, let me know. 120, I'm saying.
Did you see his interview?
Yeah,
He was on about, you two lose 2 points here, gain 2 points there. Who cares? Just give it a go.
Give it a go. I'm all over it, mate.
brilliant.
I did actually text him when he went to Leeds, and I actually put what I thought were a really nice long message and complimentary and all this. I got a 3-word answer. Cheers, big fella.
Cheers, big fan. He don't care, mate. Like, football, he's just really good at playing football,
Yeah,
James
that's it.
Trafford, right? But in all honesty, he wants to get back home, right? He wants to get on his dad's tractor and pull up some potatoes. That's all he wants to do, mate. He doesn't care that much about football. It's a nice way to be.
Yeah, he seems like a little bit of a, what's the word, like a free spirit.
He's a farmer.
But it makes him play better on a weekend. Clearing the mind, Tomasi.
Right, it's
Quiz time?
new season.
Of the
season.
quiz. Who won
New
it last year, by
season.
the way? Was it me? Did I sneak it?
I sneaked it.
Horrible.
Scumbag.
Horrible. Do you start on like Southampton minus points this
Hey, we
year?
all start on 0.
Aye.
Okay.
Right, well, Watto, you need to do a Hull or an Ipswich and get off to a good start,
Yes,
right?
that would
Because
be
if you're
nice.
down there from get-go, you're looking up thinking,
So if he doesn't win, he'll be going, that's not fair.
long
I know,
season, Ed, this is if you lose straight away.
Have I got an easy have we got an easy start, Lukey? Like, am I pretending I'm a promoted team at home this year? You give me an easy start.
Jamie's back in after the World Cup. Welcome
Yeah,
back,
here we
Jamie.
go, Jiminy.
Is it Jamie back on the quiz today?
Yeah.
Right, honestly, how many people have either messaged me or said to me in person whilst we've been out and about in the World Cup here, there and everywhere, right? The amount of people that said, is Jamie going to get another chance?
Yeah.
Is he going to get another chance?
Course
Because
he
Luke
is.
raised the bar.
Even
Luke raised the bar.
somebody said that to me at Wickham. He said, "You're starting back Monday, aren't you? He's a quiz." I said, "Of course." He said, "Is Jamie on it?" I said,
Hello.
"Oh, wow."
It's like when the kind of number 2 comes in goal and absolutely nails it,
Yeah.
and everyone goes, should he be the number 1?
Yeah, it's true.
We're going to find out. aren't we?
Usually, though, with the number 2, they'll do it for 6, 7 games, be
Yeah.
great, and then there's a massive drop-off. There wasn't that drop-off with Luke. It just stayed that level.
So what are you saying? Jamie's under pressure on day 1?
No, I'm saying we've got 2 world-class operators.
I like it.
Oh, lovely.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the quiz. How are we all feeling today? New season,
Nervous.
new
Nervous.
quiz.
We're nervous because you're back, and we're not worried. We're concerned about how you're going to officiate.
How are you feeling?
I'm very nervous. Yeah, I haven't been here for ages, so like it just doesn't feel. as
Tell us
natural.
about your weekend. Did you have a good weekend?
Oh, I had a great weekend.
What did you get up to?
Loads of sports, played paddle. Oh my god, paddle was incredible, isn't it? Yeah,
What's
so
the game?
good. Yeah, I need to get a racket. And then what I did, went for a run, 15k run, which was
Obviously.
good. Gym session. Yeah.
What
love
sort
it.
of pace are we running a 15k? What per kilometre?
I'm probably running like 4:15 a kilometre, 4:30 a kilometre.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Last
Yeah.
time I ran was to the chip shop.
Honestly, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so yeah, it's
I've
good.
not done any running ever.
You're not.
No, not for a very long
It's
time.
the knee, bloody
Yeah.
hip, everything.
Exactly. But what about these 10 questions, my friend?
These 10 questions, well, they've been vetted and...
Lukey's
Yeah.
put.
I've got a quick question. Can we add a little bit of jeopardy this season?
Go on.
Okay.
The winner of the overall quiz this season demands where the other 2, 3, including Toes, we have to put £100 donation of our own dollars
Yeah.
into the winner's charity.
Okay.
All right.
That's all right, yeah.
So 100 quid each.
I might as well put mine in there, huh?
No, Watto.
No, we don't talk like that round here, okay?
Positivity.
All right,
Yeah.
positivity. Opening day of the season. Come on.
Okay, question 1. Arsenal have recently signed Ezri Konsa for 55 million, but where did he
Bristol
start his
City.
playing career? Not Bristol City.
Wickham.
Not Wickham. Arsenal have recently signed Ezri Konsa for 55 million, but where did he start his playing career? 5.
Bristol Rovers.
Not Bristol Rovers, that's what Tom said.
No, he said Bristol City.
Oh, sorry. All back in.
Was it Brentford?
Not Brentford, no. That was after.
Cheltenham.
Not Cheltenham. 5, 4,
Wrong that, Jay.
3.
Exeter.
Not Exeter. It was Charlton Athletic.
I knew it's a red team. Should have got a point
you
for
say?
Cheltenham.
Why did you say Wickham?
No, after I said Wickham, I knew it was a red team.
That's a good start. Good start anyway. Good start, boys. I like
Wickham's
it.
away kit's red anyway, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, you're right. Question 2. Who is the most expensive player Newcastle have bought?
Wissa.
Not Visser.
Tonyali.
Not Tonali.
Tonyali, I like it.
Waltermada.
Nick Waltemada is the correct answer. 69 million. Yeah.
Bugger.
Bargain.
Bargain for the big guy.
Question 3. We've got the career paths back. I have played for Liverpool, Crew Alexandra loan.
Danny Murphy.
Not Danny Murphy.
In my head, it popped in.
I'll start again. Liverpool, Crew Alexandra loan. Hull City loan. Derby County loan. Bournemouth loan. Cardiff loan. Fulham loan. Fulham, Leeds.
Harry Wilson.
Harry Wilson is the correct answer. Well done, Tom.
Oh my God, that was a long.
Loans, that, isn't it?
That was a lot of loans to get to that point. Yeah, bugger.
What are you going to for?
What am I yemming?
All right.
Right, question 4. Alongside Mikel Arteta, who is the only other person to have played in and then gone on to win the Premier League?
As a manager.
As a
Player and a manager. Alongside Mikel Arteta,
great question.
who is the only other person to have played in and then gone on to win the Premier League? This is a Lukey question.
Roberto Mancini.
Roberto Mancini is the correct
Very
answer.
good. It's a really good
Do you know what
answer.
club it was?
Leicester.
Leicester,
He
yeah.
loaned, didn't he?
Loaned.
Leicester, yeah.
Like 3 games or something.
What year?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on.
98.
Don't know.
No, 94.
Tom, when you got a guess, because then you completely...
2003.
No.
2001.
2001. Well done, Watto.
Nice.
Don't get me anything.
Don't get it.
Just friends.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you.
3-0 to Tom at the moment.
All right, mate. All right, mate.
We've got 5 questions left.
Yeah, but do you
though,
not
so still-
remember last season? I went about 7-0 up and didn't
Yeah.
win for about
I
4
know,
months.
but that was just fate conspiring against you.
Question 5. In the 2009-10 Premier League season, Crown Paints sponsored what
Liverpool.
team? Not
Blackburn
Liverpool.
Rovers.
Blackburn Rovers is the correct answer.
Very
Well done,
good.
Watto.
Remember Robbo wearing it.
Yeah,
Big silver goalie kit.
that's it.
3-1-0. Question 6. Jack Butland now plays for Hull City, but what was the last Premier League club he was on
Man United.
Palace.
loan to?
Man United.
That's Man United. Yeah.
Hold on, Motto. You still on pre-season, Ben?
I don't like this quiz today.
Oh, you've got him early there, mate. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm not even looking at him. I'm not looking at him. I'm not.
You can still win, Ben. Don't worry. Question 7. In 2004, Jermaine Defoe was involved in a swap transfer with what player? In 2004, Jermaine Defoe was involved in a swap transfer with what player?
Was he?
Matty Everington.
No,
Peter Crouch.
not Peter Crouch. 5, 4, 3, 2,
I don't know.
1. You're out. All back in. In 2004, Jermaine Defoe was involved in a swap transfer with what player? Do you want a clue?
Les
Kabul.
Ferdinand.
Basong.
Whoa, Les Ferdinand,
Kabul.
Kabul,
Basong.
all wrong. Do you want another go? Do you want to know
Tell
the
us
two
the
clubs?
teams.
Yeah. Tottenham and West Ham.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Matty Etherington.
Yeah. He went to West Ham.
He's centre mid, wasn't he, as well?
No, winger.
Oh, was he? Wow.
What was it? West Ham?
West Ham and Tottenham. 2004, Jermaine Defoe. Swap. 5, 4, 3.
David Ginola.
Carrick.
No. The answer is Bobby Zamora.
Was he?
Bobby Z. It's
Zamora.
good.
I remember
yeah.
Bobby Zamora had like maybe 1 or 2 seasons when he just lit it up.
Lit
in
it
the
up.
Prem.
Apparently, he didn't like heading it. Tough
he
for a
not?
centre forward, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Especially when you're big and like it.
Good player, Bobby Zamora.
Scores and doors 3-2-0. Ben, you can still take it to a
Thank
tiebreaker.
you, Jamie.
Question 8. Now Pep has left the Premier League, who is now the second longest serving manager in the Premier League?
Second.
Oh, I seen this the other week.
Now Pep has left the Premier League, who is now the second longest serving manager in the Premier League? Try getting a nib. sir.
Unai Emery.
Unai Emery is the correct answer. Well done, Ben.
Oh, well done, mate. Well done.
Still in with a chance. Okay, question 9. What current Premier League manager had a spell playing at Hull City in the 2005-06 season?
O'Neill.
Not O'Neill.
What was the question?
Marco
sorry?
Rosa.
Not Marco Rosa. What current Premier League manager has had a spell playing at Hull City in the 2005-06 season? Which is this lovely kit here.
Is that from 2005 season?
Yep, and it's brought in by Luke.
Very nice.
Yeah, special one, that.
Which current Premier League manager had a spell playing for Hull in 05-06?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Carrot.
No, all back in. Current Premier League managers, go through them.
I'm gonna.
I can't think of any teams.
It's only a joke, but Xabi Alonso. I'm only joking.
No, you can't say that.
Keith Andrews.
Keith
Yes,
Andrews
it
is
is.
the correct
It is
answer.
Well
And
done,
what time?
Watto.
It is.
Boom, Keith Andrews on the
come
back.
on! So good. Boom, boom.
Go on, Watto, taking it to 3-3 you have now.
Keaty boy.
Yeah.
Good player, he was.
Well, good player, mate.
Liked him at Wolves.
Liked him at West Brom.
Keith
Played in
Andrews.
the famous 5-1. He did.
Yeah?
Did he?
Yeah, he played in the famous 5-1. Got Mick McCarthy a sack. That did.
Great head of hair.
Go on the babies. Yeah, lovely lad as well.
Okay, question 10. It's 3-3-1. So, Ben, you have unfortunately lost the quiz.
Okay, it's all right.
But it's a shootout between
Shooter.
Tom and Watto. Question 10. Gustavo Hamer was born in Brazil, but has played for another country at international youth level.
Wow.
What team is it? What country is it?
I'm going to say Republic of Ireland.
Not Republic of
I'd
Ireland.
have said that.
Really?
Yeah, I'd have said Ireland.
There's a lot to do.
How'd you figure that one out? He was born in Brazil.
I don't know.
Gustavo Hamer.
Yeah, but listen, the parenting can be so random, my friend. Hey?
Yeah, no, all right. Let's listen to your answer.
When you said Denmark, I'm going to say, well, how the fuck's he played for Denmark?
from, yeah?
5.
Portugal.
Not Portugal. All back
Well,
in.
where did you come with
wait,
that
actually,
one?
Ben, you can have an answer if you
Oh,
want.
can I get involved?
Yeah, you can. Because we've got a tiebreaker, so if you get it right.
Chile.
Not Chile. No, all back in.
Uruguay.
Not Uruguay.
For the win, Watto.
For the win.
Ah, no, mate. It's a guess-a-thon. I'm going to say Costa Rica.
Not Costa Rica.
My go.
Yeah.
Gustavo Hamer. Remember when he scored that header past me?
I do remember he scored that header back.
Scored a 40.
He's obviously Welsh, isn't he?
About
40
20
yards.
40 yard header.
40 yards?
It wasn't 40.
40.
What header?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Mate,
ain't
ball
seen
got
that.
headed away from a corner. He came running in from central
Oh,
midfield.
bulleted one.
And just pulling it. No, he's just trying to put it back in the mix, he did. And I've gone, yeah, I'm going to come and, oh, shit.
I haven't seen that one, mate.
I'll show you, Watto.
5,
Show it me.
4.
Your YouTube video's just come up.
Looking.
Wales.
Not Wales, no. What have you got there, Tom?
How did you feel, Ben, when Gustavo beat you from a 30-yard header? How did you feel about it?
I wasn't over the moon.
What about when 2 days later you put a YouTube video out headlined "Beaten by a 30-yard header"?
No. Right, so, originally it wasn't called that. The original title was something like, "What a win against Coventry." Yeah? And then as time has elapsed and the emotion has gone out of the game and the fans, I've clickbaited it to "Beaten by a 30-yard header." Right, come on. Who is it?
The answer is...
What's the question?
No.
Gustavo Hamer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Netherlands was the answer.
Oh, well, we should have got
It
that.
takes us to a tiebreaker question between Tom
Come on, then.
Oh,
and Watto.
tiebreaker, first weekend.
Yeah,
Come
to
on.
take the first one of the season. Ben, you're out for this one.
It's all right. I don't mind.
Luke, by the way, quickly, why have you got a Keith Andrews 0506 Hull shirt?
Yeah.
You're a Spurs fan.
I was given it when I was like 15 from my Sunday league manager.
And you kept it?
Is it a match
That-
one?
That's because you were player at season, wasn't it? And they give you that.
Something like
Can we get Keith Andrews to sign it?
Yeah.
Get him on the
Of
podcast.
course
Yeah.
you can.
That'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
We'll say we found one of
shout.
these.
Right, tiebreaker, Jamie.
Okay,
Come on.
tiebreaker.
Yeah, I'm losing my track of thought when I'm supposed to be going in for the kill
Okay.
this weekend.
What is the name of the goalkeeper Arsenal signed in this transfer window?
Have they?
What is the name of the goalkeeper Arsenal signed in this transfer window?
God, come on, lads.
Have they signed a goalkeeper?
They
Unreal.
have, yes. What so?
No?
You even handicapped on this question as well.
Lads, come on.
I don't know.
5,
Can I just give him the answer?
4,
You can
Okay.
when it comes up, mate.
2, 1. All out. All back in.
Well, you can't, if they,
There's no point coming back in, mate.
Do you want a clue?
All back in, still don't get.
You want a clue?
A
you
clue,
got a second one?
I've got a second
a clue
one, yeah.
might help me.
Can I say the answer?
Go on then.
Melier.
Of course it is.
How the
Elan. Elan?
Ilan
Jesus!
Melier.
What an opportunity!
Yeah.
What an opportunity!
I have one more question.
This is another goalkeeping question.
I know, yeah.
It's bad that.
That was an absolute tap-in for you, what's good?
Not when you don't know. What you don't know, you don't know.
True that. Very easy if you know.
Let me have a look for
Really
it.
want to get.
If you'd have said Leeds, I'd have got it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You not got 3 tiebreakers?
No, I do. They're on my different, no, another document. Okay, here we go.
Go on then.
Final question.
Yep.
It's not if we don't get it.
Well, I hope you get it.
Or do we get half a point each first weekend?
No, you can't
Yeah.
do that.
No.
What
It's
former?
like a half and half scarf. Sorry.
It's okay. Not yellow card, don't worry. What former Everton manager managed Hull in the 2016-17 season when they were relegated from the Premier League?
Marcus Silva.
Marcus Silva is the correct answer.
No!
Well done, Tom.
Yes.
Unlucky Watto.
See, deflated. First weekend already.
1-0 on the board.
Well
Great
done,
quiz,
Well
Tom.
done.
I feel
Thank
like
you,
there's a
Watto.
lot of Hull-related questions today.
Because Hull did well this weekend. They deserve some love when they get it.
When Pascal Gross left Brighton a few years ago, who did he sign for?
Dortmund.
Aye.
Was that a hard question?
I think.
Popped
See,
in my head.
if I put it in the quiz, you've been, oh, rubbish question.
Yeah, it was. I
Yeah.
was just gauging how clever you lot are. You.
Well, thank you guys for watching. I should really look at the camera instead of you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next week, yeah? See you in a bit. Goodbye.